Woolwich Counselling Centre was created by this community, for this community, and that relationship continues to define us. At its core, Woolwich Counselling Centre has always believed that mental health care should be accessible, compassionate, and rooted in community. That belief hasn't changed in 50 years. From the very beginning, this organization was built by local people who recognized a gap in support and turned shared concern into collective action.
In the early days, it was actually Woolwich Interfaith Counselling Centre, and I recall it as being a very small, like not a big organization like this. And we had a board which met in the church as well. Everybody needed to have access to counseling, and everybody was valued.
We still believe that everyone deserves to be heard, supported, and treated with dignity, regardless of their circumstances.
Over the years, we have had an incredible team of highly skilled, compassionate professionals who are deeply committed to our clients in this community.
Management and board of Woolwich Counselling Centre are always working hard to ensure that staff are feeling competent and confident in their job. This culture is a warm and welcoming and safe space for all of our clients, and we work hard to meet their need.
Can you tell us about your vision for having counseling be affordable?
I'm actually quite appalled at how much it costs. It puts it completely outside the range of the people who need it most. And so to have some allowance or provision for it in the counselling centre, I think is very important.
Mental health is a big deal. Above and beyond all the needs that we have is that how much mental health issues there are. So it's important for us to continue to support this place.
We've seen a significant increase in demand over the past few years, and in many ways, we believe that reflects something really positive. It tells us that stigma around mental health is decreasing and that our community values feeling mentally well.
We reflect the values of this community and the way that we make decisions, thoughtfully, collaboratively, and with care. There's a strong sense of responsibility here, and we understand that Woolwich Counselling Centre belongs to the community and not to any one group.
Ensuring that we maintain a little to no wait list for counseling services has been a really important value of Woolwich Counselling Centre.
In rural areas where transportation and isolation and provider shortages can all be barriers, having accessible services, such as those provided by WCC, is often the difference between someone receiving timely help or going without care.
When people reach out for counseling support, they typically are needing it at that time, not 3 or 4 months later. So with the gracious support of our donors, we've been able to adjust to the demands for service and respond to clients in a timely manner.
When I was a youngster growing up in the little village of Wallenstein, my mother, Delphine Martin, went back to school to earn her Master of Social Work degree and then became the first executive director of Shalom Counselling. This is about the same time that her close friend Joyce Gladwell worked as Woolwich Counselling Centre's first executive director. The importance of mental health has been modeled for me from an early age. I spent more than 40 years as general manager of Wallenstein Feed and Supply Limited. We stressed the importance of our employees' mental health before it was fashionable to do so.
We're an animal feed manufacturing and transportation company with a large and diverse workforce, and like many workplaces, our employees face the normal stresses of life alongside the demands of their jobs. Our employee assistance program links employees to counseling partners and covers the cost of counseling sessions for our employees and their dependents, which ensures the process is much more manageable for them.
We are pleased to see that it has become okay to openly discuss mental health at work. The services provided by counseling agencies such as WIC are important when people are struggling.
There's a deep trust here. People know we're local. They know we understand the unique strengths and challenges of this region. That trust has been built over decades, and it's something we never take for granted.
50 years of service doesn't happen by accident. It happens because an organization adapts, evolves, and stays true to its mission. I see strong leadership, a dedicated and highly skilled staff team, deep partnerships across the region, and growing community engagement. Demand for services is increasing, which tells us that the need is real. But it also tells us that people really trust Woolwich Counselling Centre enough to reach out.
I'm most proud of how responsive and adaptable our programs have become. Over my past 21 years at WIC, we have worked to expand our services to serve pretty much all age groups and life stages. And we've developed a wide range of programming to respond to the changing society mental health needs.
Privileged to sit with someone and be trusted in such a way that they feel safe enough to be vulnerable. Through hard work and determination, I get to witness perseverance, courage, and many times pride of how far they have come. I believe that therapy can be life-changing for so many people.
A small nonprofit agency like Woolwich Counselling is integral to our community, and our therapists and counselors work to provide support to individuals, couples, families, and children within our community. Every time that we work with an individual, we are normalizing mental health, and we are breaking down the stigma that is associated with mental health.
In the early days, it was neighbors coming together to host lectures and create space for conversations about mental health. Today, it's partnerships with families, schools, healthcare providers, local businesses, faith groups, and donors who all believe mental wellness matters.
When we have an idea of a wellness seminar that we'd like to bring to our employees, we just call up Amanda and she puts us in touch with whoever it is on staff that can help us put together a workshop for our staff.
As we identify individuals and caregivers who need a bit more support, we really appreciate the opportunity to work alongside Woolwich Counselling to provide that clinical expertise to the people that we work with.
Woolwich Counselling Centre came into my classroom for a series of 5 sessions around respect and belonging. And they also met with our grade 4 buddy class on the same topics.
It is so important to have Woolwich Counselling Centre at the Multicultural Festival of Elmira. We find it very important to have self-care and wellness at the forefront of our conversations with our community members.
And this community is great at backing many of the needs that are prevalent. And fundraising campaigns aren't always for money. Sometimes they're for awareness. And I think that's where we really got our foot in the door in terms of the broader community.
One in particular is our annual community choirs and carols Christmas concert, which we've been doing for, maybe the past 20 years. And part of my role as a pastor is to care for people's spiritual well-being. But we know that spiritual health is tied to both physical and mental health. So having a trusted local organization where I can refer people who need extra support which I'm not equipped to give, is just great benefit to myself and the congregation.
I think it's really important that we can leverage the clinical expertise of Woolwich Counselling, combine that with our community-based approach that we have of supporting older adults, and we're able to create a full spectrum of services and supports for people.
I think the connection between physical and mental health is extremely important. I've been a personal trainer for 15 years, and there was a time in my life where I pushed so hard to get the perfectly fit body, but I neglected my mental health. So as I age, and I'm still in this fitness industry, I'm finding more and more that it's so much more important to take care of your mental health. And I'm super happy to support the Woolwich Counselling Centre. I've been doing it for many years.
Woolwich Counselling Centre represents a safe space for young people in this community where they can go when they're going through tough times, which many young people are going through nowadays. And oftentimes, Woolwich Counselling Centre can be the difference between feeling isolated and feeling supported during those times.
Youth mental health is such an important issue because really it affects all of us. Teenagers right now are faced with so many pressures, whether it's academically, from their family, or even internal pressures. And I think that it's so important that youth mental health is talked about and that there are safe spaces for youth to go where they can explore their identity in a way that feels safe for them.
The whole community should care about youth mental wellness because we are the future leaders, future caregivers, and future teachers. And if you want a great and bright future, we need to invest in youth mental wellness, and people in the community should care about our mental wellness and try and make an effort to understand that growing up in these times can be very difficult.
I'm excited about deepening partnerships, expanding access, embracing innovation, and ensuring that young people growing up today see mental health care as a normal and supported part of life.
You know, the world is getting more complex and the issues, I think, are getting bigger all the time. 50 years in the community is amazing, and we are so thankful and so lucky to have Woolwich Counselling. 50 years says to me that you do great work and you're very much needed. And the fact that you're growing and expanding tells me that your services are needed more now than ever.
Celebrating 50 years feels both humbling and inspiring. I feel a deep sense of gratitude for the founders, board members, staff, donors, and community partners who carried this organization forward through different seasons and challenges.
Donors, partners, staff, and clients need to know that the organization is stable, transparent, and guided with integrity. The board is made up of people who live and work right here in the community.
Every person deserves to feel mentally well. So the next chapter is about building on our strong foundation and ensuring that future generations have the same trusted place to turn to that this community has relied on for the past 50 years.
We're here for you.